Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
For more than 100 years, the corner shop was an institution for millions of Australians. More than a simple shop, it's the heart of many neighbourhoods. And in these days where you can buy anything with a click of a button, ask anyone about their childhood corner shop and they can describe it in vivid detail. A new series on the ABC takes us back through 150 years of the Australian corner shop. With Annabel Crabb, it's called Back in Time for the Corner Shop. Annabel, hello.
Good morning.
Annabel.
So nice to talk to you. So the same family, the Ferrones, are now looking at the corner shop. And last week you looked at 1850. What kind of stuff was the corner shop filled with in 1850?
Oh, we built this corner shop in Botany, right? And the way that we do it is we make them live in a accurately presented era corner shop. They live and sleep in the rooms out the back, and this place was had wooden paneling. It had sort of agricultural tools out the front and pumpkins and stuff. And the poor locals in Botany thought that they were getting an artisanal organic fruit and vegetable shop. They were just heartbroken when it turned out it was a TV set. Anyway, but of course in those days, in the 1850s, you didn't have packaged food or anything like that. And most people didn't have, nobody had fridges. So they used to do their shopping every day. You'd pop to the general store and get yourself some flour and eggs and butter and whatever. And the shopkeeper would measure it out for you and wrap it up, So it was all completely service driven. But, obviously, it wasn't a very easy life for the shopkeepers, particularly the ladies who didn't wait in the shop. They were doing all the work out the back whilst wearing, 18 layers of complicated undergarments. Yeah. I mean, there was, this sort of horrible scene where we made them make butter in an 1850s butter churn, which was extremely messy and unpleasant. But, look, tonight's episode has zipped forward to the 1920s. So at least they get, cool clothes, and the shop is gorgeous. It's all sort of Art Deco and lovely. But, it really doesn't have any of the conveniences of the modern age, so it's still a pretty tough thing to manage for the Ferrone family.
I hope it's got a pinball machine, a 1920s pinball machine.
Mate, they've got to wait for decades before the pennies arrive, unfortunately.
My kids, because I've got pinball machines. Well, I'm down to one pinball machine. It's a first world problem. But when
that's a very strong thing you've done there.
When they look at the pinball, my kids, when they look at it, they go, "Well, what's the point?" And I just said, when I was a kid, the pinball machine was the greatest thing in the world.
And it's right, and you'd go to the corner shop for your bag of mixed lollies, and the corner shop has so many memories. It's where I remember going, I've never smoked, but my friend and I decided that we had to buy a packet of cigarettes, and we hemmed and hawed, what's the ones Mum's like? I can't remember. So many coming-of-age stories at the corner shop.
Well, there were, corner shops used to sell cigarettes singly, right? You go in and buy one, which is pretty wild. And also, you can imagine what a battle this was to get through ABC editorial policy, but, remember those lolly cigarettes?
Yes.
Fags,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they were renamed fads. Remember?
That's
and they
right.
took the red tip off them.
They took the red tip.
Right. When everybody realised that it was pretty sick and wrong to be selling cigarettes to kids. But, the funny thing is, and you notice this even with the locals around the Botany area where we were filming this, is we make them live in this place for a week, and then we let them go home for one night, and we've got this team of art and set people that rip out the shop and rebuild it entirely into a new era. So then they come back and they're just blown away by what's changed. It's an amazing job. I mean, I never get tired of watching this happen. But the people in the local area, every time the shop changes, you can tell how old everybody is and which era that they kind of emotionally respond to. And for me, it was when the shop got to the 70s and 80s, which is when I was a little kid, and having all of those, the excitement of being able to go to the corner shop by yourself, with your own money, and you could spend 20 cents and get quite a lot of lollies for that,
Yes.
And it's like a rite of passage,
Yes, it really is.
Yeah, and even just you remember, I don't know, in the shop, I'm jumping forward now a few episodes. This doesn't happen for a couple of weeks, but those sort of streamery things that keep the flies out.
Yes, the plastic strips.
Go through the plastic.
Yeah, You get totally tangled up in it on the way in. Yeah.
Oh, that's just
All
just
the
a shot
memories.
to the nostalgia nerve, isn't it?
It is.
And you go there and like the old days, you'd buy a single cigarette, as you say. These days, they just sell harmless vapes. You know,
I know.
what's happened with the
Surely.
world?
Don't you reckon in 20 years' time, when we make Back in Time for the Corner Shop, you know, the modern edition will be like, can you believe you could buy vapes in shops? What?
Get a harmless vape. Annabel, it's always great to talk to you. Watch Back in Time for the Corner Shop at 8 o'clock tonight on the ABC and ABC iView. Annabel Crabb, thank you.
Thank you. Sorry we talked about smoking so much. Probably not appropriate.
No, don't smoke. Smoking,
don't smoke,
look, just before we all freak out, smoking is terrible.
I brought it up and I regret it. Thank you, Annabel.
Thank you, Annabel.
See ya.